As a high school senior who gets stressed thinking about work and career plans, I decided to interview my fellow high school seniors on the subject. I was hoping to gain insight on how to approach the question of work, but ended up surprised by how different people's approaches were.
I'm going to the Naval Academy. I want to fly for the Navy.
Wait, can you explain the Naval Academy, how that works?
You have 4 years of studying and everything is paid for. But to counteract that, you have mandatory service for 5 years.
Having 9 years of your life set out, is that scary to you?
In some sense, it is a little scary, but in other cases, it kind of takes a weight off my shoulders. Basically, it's you go here and I say, yes, sir. You go there, yes, sir.
Are you ever scared that you could want something different in between those 9 years?
That's always a possibility. If I do this, I really have to go all in. And second thoughts may happen, but I've already made my bet.
So would you say you like security?
Yes, it's a security of where I'm gonna be in 9 years. I have a for sure job security after college. And if I want to stay in the Navy, then that's another for sure job security.
And would you say you're doing what you love?
Yes, serving other people is definitely what I love.
I'm going to Harvard and I am undecided as a major right now, but I will probably do either biology, poli-sci, econ, or ethnic studies.
Why those four?
All four of them are so that I could go to law school. Right now, what makes most sense is to be a lawyer.
When you say makes most sense, expand on that.
Something that I feel like I could enjoy, or I feel like that suits me, and is also approved by my parents.
Would you say what your parents approve of plays a role in what path you go into?
Yes, but I generally think that I agree with my parents with most things. And like the thing about the third condition I gave that my parents approved it, that's not the end all be all. The reasons they approve it with is the factor.
What are the reasons?
Financial stability, ease. Yeah, ease I think is the biggest thing. Financial stability obviously is a thing, but it's like how difficult it is for you to remain financially stable.
I think financial stability is important in being happy.
I think you can find happiness in many ways, but I feel like it's easier to be happy if you're financially stable. I still agree with this, which is you could not enjoy your job, but if you have the money, you can retire early, or you could have time to do stuff on the side that will make you happy.
If you didn't have to worry about money, you do something different?
I think it's weird because if I didn't have to worry about money, would I want to work? I wouldn't choose a different career. I would just do stuff in life that made me happy, and it wouldn't be a career.
So I'm going to Cornell, their School of Architecture, Art, and Planning, and I'm planning on majoring in fine arts, so I'll get a BFA. What I want to do is be able to live in terms of like having a lot of experiences and being able to synthesize those experiences into some form of art.
Do you think that this approach of yours is similar to other students at Andover?
No. There's a lot of different common paths that people would take.
What makes you not want to do that common path if like everyone else does it?
It was just never something that was drilled into me, I guess. I've always been sort of independent. I don't really like the input of others. Art allows me to do what I want, live how I want, make what I want. I think probably the reason I was first drawn to it is because my mom is an architect and she understands like the value of art. And so my mind has always seen art as something that's valuable and something that's almost necessary.
Do your parents have expectations for what career they wanted for you?
No, my parents didn't really impose anything on me. They want me to do what I want. Their values are my values, and so like they see the value in the things that I want to do.
How important do you think it is to like the making money aspect of work?
Like a job is important because you need to make money. But I don't know. Maybe right now I'm trying not to think about that. Also, like, I would hustle to be able to do the things I wanted to do. I don't need stability. More so, I need to have the means to do what I want to do. There's other people I think that require that like security, and I'm not looking for that. The artists that I respect and admire, a lot of them live difficult lives. I'm not saying I want to live a difficult life. I'm saying that whatever life gives me and whatever outcome that comes, like I want to take that and be able to make something out of it. Within that insecurity, instability, I think the most beautiful things are produced.
So I'm taking a gap year, but I'm going to UChicago, and I'm planning to major in economics with a minor in history.
Would you say that you know what you want to do?
I have a general idea, but that's only based on what my dad has done. He worked in finance, and I have an interest in economics and history, so I might do something there, either consulting, banking. I have an intense love for history, but I know it's not very practical, and therefore I picked up an interest in economics. And maybe I'll study economics to make money and then do whatever else, like passion-wise afterwards.
Have you ever considered doing history?
As a career?
As a career, yeah.
Not really.
I have a question. Do you think you love history enough to be like financially unstable?
Probably not. I don't know why, but I don't think I would be happy if I was doing history, but being financially unstable. I think being financially stable provides you with a base layer of comfortability, and it's what you do after that that makes you happy or not. It's like a step forward into being happy. Money is always a means, never the end.
I'm going to Cornell University next year, planning to major in policy analysis and management. I definitely want to go to law school. That's the route I want to take. My parents and I have kind of been talking about it for a long time, probably since freshman year, and I was like, no. But the older I got, the more I realized that's something I really want to do.
What kind of things have made you realize that's what you want to do?
I really like being with people and talking with people, and so I realized I want to run for public office. I come from a community where there's a lot of things that definitely need to be fixed, but a lot of that stems from it being people of color, and people of color not necessarily having the same opportunities, and a lot of kids don't finish school, or a lot of kids don't go on to higher education. So we see a lot of issues with poverty, kids not being able to fulfill everything that they want to fulfill. So that's one of the reasons why I want to go into public office and hopefully change some of the systems.
How influential would you say your parents' thoughts are into what career you go into?
Very influential, because if it was my choice, if I didn't have to make money, I would definitely be singing. I'd be in ensembles and choruses and choirs. I would sing for restaurants, and I would try to join a band.
Would you love music enough to be financially unstable for it?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I do think I love music enough to be financially unstable for it, but I also don't think that financial stability is the only thing that impacts what I do. I think it's the opinions of other people and my family, and also who I have to provide for. It's not just me in this.
The decision of what work you go into, would you say there's a lot of other people involved?
There's a lot of other people involved. Half of it is pride. My family wants to be proud. But the other half is like making sure that I can help my family out. I choose to go here, and I choose to go wherever I go next year, so that my kids don't have to make such rigid choices. They can choose what they love to do. I would love to be able to do what I love, but coming from where I come from and the type of access that I have, I don't really have a lot of choices. There are certain career paths that I have to take.
Of the 10 plus seniors I interviewed, most were somewhere in the middle of wanting to balance financial stability with doing something they enjoyed. For some, these two naturally aligned. But for others, they had to prioritize one. I think I came into this project looking for the right answer. But I'm realizing that everyone's situation is unique. How significantly economic factors influence your decision depends on your values, personality, and parents, but also matters of privilege and class. These are often factors that we are born into and that are out of our control. So, returning to the question of work in my own life, I've realized that there's no right answer. But it's a question that only I can figure out for myself.